3 a.m. in the morning, and I'm sitting all alone.
Hard hit into right, back at the wall.
That's how I know that she's up. I can feel it in my bones.
Big Poppy.
Back with 2 outs. Kimbrel deals. Bregman in the air, left field. Benintendi dives, and he makes the catch.
That's how I
Oh,
know
what
that
a
she's
play!
up. I can feel it
Game
in my
saver,
bones.
Andrew Benintendi.
Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Red Sox win the World Series. 5-1 the final tonight. And the best team in baseball wins it all in 2018.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pesky podcast. My name is Robert. This is Arie, and we have a lot of exciting stuff to talk about before we get into the first game of the season, which is in 3 days. Yes, we have our inter-squad scrimmages starting. Is it today or tomorrow that they're starting? I believe it's tomorrow.
Inter squads are done. We have 2 exhibitions.
Not inter-squads,
tonight.
the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays series.
21.
21.
20.
Great way to start the episode.
Um,
So usually most
21,
podcasts will restart because we're only 20 seconds in, but we roll with it. How you guys doing today? For the returners, welcome back. For those new people, this is just 2 idiots who love to talk about their favorite baseball team. If you guys like this kind of stuff, YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe, like, and notification button. Spotify and iTunes gang, what's going on, guys? How you doing today? We appreciate you guys for following on those. Make sure to hit that follow button. And all 3, go check out that Instagram too, at Pesky Podcast. Without further ado, Arie, you got anything else you want to say? You ready?
I'm ready to get into it. Let's do it.
All right. Now, first we need to talk about our favorite starting pitcher, Arie. You know exactly who it is.
Perez.
Martin Perez. So, he started
Yeah.
in the inter-squad scrimmage.
First of all, he started the game.
He started a game.
Whoa.
Yes. First of
Oh,
all,
yeah.
just whoa. Second of all, he actually did good. He pitched the entire game, 6 innings, letting up 0 runs, 4 hits, and 7 strikeouts.
You know what was crazy? And this might just because I was like, wow. Like right out of the gate, strikeout. And I was like, whoa. Okay. And I know that like Renicky was like he's like hitting his spots really well.
Oh, he
But,
came to
like-
play. He came to play in that
he did.
scrimmage.
And like for me, watching that, I was like, this guy is not only locating the strike zone, he's attacking hitters. He's not just like nibbling. He was like throwing his 2-seam like right inside to like a right-handed hitter. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of nerve to do that, especially knowing him and knowing how potentially he can like screw up games. That's really encouraging to see.
Yes. And that's the thing is our two most, I wouldn't say hated, but kind of guys on this podcast are Martin Perez and Ryan Brasher, right?
Our
But
favorite.
when they do good, aka right now, we will give them the props they deserve. When they do terrible, you know we're going to give them the props they deserve at that point too.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure every time they pitch, whether good, bad, mediocre, average, we're going to talk about it and make sure
if
we
they're
just
really
get
bad, we
tired.
won't talk about it. Be like, just look at the game.
Oh, for really bad, like I said, bed, fetal position. That's how it's going to be. Like, I'm going to be sad. But he ended up saying after the game, I found the rhythm on all my pitches and my delivery too. I enjoyed it. The 6 innings I threw, I think I know it's time to compete.
Yeah.
And I'm 100% ready to see what he can do because at times that's our number three starter.
Or a number 2 for the first
Or
2 weeks of
number
the season.
Oh
but
God.
you know what? I like we
Lord.
that last start made me feel really good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, flip side, he was facing minor leaguers,
Mm-hmm.
so you got to keep that in mind.
It was a mix.
It was mixed,
Which
but
in my eyes, sees he's good to face against the Orioles. He's 100% good to face against the Orioles.
fair. Just pitch against the Orioles, and then you're fine. You can go.
Just he's the more Orioles and Marlins guy, and that's what he's good for. All right, Martin Perez, we like you. So I know
we tolerate you.
yes.
Now,
For $6 million, we better at least tolerate you. All right, we paying you $6 million. We better at least be getting that once in a great while.
So, interesting that you let off with that because I was playing the show last night, just kind of chilling, and I was like, "All right, fine, I'll have Perez start."
Oh,
Like,
I traded him
69
away immediately.
69 overall. I'm like, we're gonna make this work. 7 innings, 9 strikeouts, and no runs. I was like,
I know that's just a video game, but if he were to do that in a regular game, we would be praising him.
well, okay. How
It's just
far
like
off-
any time David Price pitched in the playoffs 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's fair. But honestly, how far off is that? How far is the MLB The Show from what he did yesterday?
Not too far.
Not too far.
I think if he went one more inning, there's a chance he let up 1 run. But
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I'm 100% fine with what he did yesterday. Even if he allowed 2 runs in 6 innings, I'd be like, you know what? You did your job. Especially if we were facing against, a Rays, a Blue Jays, Yankees going to get clobbered on.
Indians or something.
But if we were to go against one of those 2 teams, and he let up 2 runs in 6 innings, and then let, I don't know, Matt Barnes or someone off the bullpen come in, I'd be like, congratulations, you held your own. Especially with this team that is a very high caliber offense team, right? If you can hold them to 0 runs, you did your job. First of all, you did your job well. But if he could do that and then have that top 10 offense to back him up, that top 10 offense is scoring more than 2 runs in 6 innings. They average about 5 runs a game from last year. Yes, we lost Mookie, but I'm still saying we're scoring 5 runs a game this year. So if you can hold them to 2 and 6, 100% happy. 100%. So, next guy anything you want to say before I switch to the next guy?
No, nothing else.
Right.
We covered it.
Next guy in that inter squad scrimmage that did really well. Guy that just got called up, Jarren Duran.
Woo!
I'm guessing Arie's happy about that. But he went 2 for 4 on the day.
Nice.
2 doubles, 4 RBIs. Which
now I gotta go watch this game because I started watching it and I'm like, okay, I have to actually watch all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was really good. Let me look at the quote he said. Well, Renicky was really happy with what Duran did. He said, how do you do that? You sit out for 3.5 months and you come back right where you left off. He's an exciting player. So, and then Duran said, I miss baseball so much. I'm just happy to be there. It was an honor that they asked me to come play today, just an inter squad. But it means a lot to me that they asked me to come play for them. I was enjoying it.
Yeah, but
I'm really excited because with that guy, I haven't necessarily watched him play a ton yet, but I see, especially behind this game and the quotes he's coming out with, and just being like, I'm humbled just to be here. I don't even care if I play. I'm humbled just to be part of this organization. I see a guy who has a lot of drive, a lot of commitment, and can put up some decent games for this team if he ever starts when, somebody needs a rest day.
And also, the thing that's key here, he had a great spring training.
Mm-hmm.
He sat. He had a good game yesterday. So, things are starting to click a little bit.
Things
are exciting because there's, whether we want to admit this or not, there's always a slight possibility that in free agency next year, Bradley walks and Pilar walks. So this guy could potentially be our next right fielder. Verdugo could play center. Verdugo probably is more of a center fielder just because he has way better arm and he's a better.
What about JD Martinez? Any chance he declines his player option and walks?
I don't want to talk about that.
I'm not sure how much of a basketball fan you are, but pulls an Al Horford on us. For any of my basketball fans out there, especially Celtics fans, y'all know what I'm talking about. But basically, he had a player option, said, look, I'm going to decline, but I'm going to rework a deal that's more team-friendly. And then started to rework a deal, and they said, oh, wait, I signed with the 76ers. Okay, goodbye.
Left. I feel like he's going to do that with the Dodgers.
No. If JD goes to the Dodgers...
This podcast might shut down.
Pulls a Carl Crawford on us.
Yeah.
Like, another thing about the Red Sox have made so many trades with the Dodgers. It's actually comical.
Yeah.
But that was all I want to talk about. Jarren Duran, great inter-squad game from him. Next, we're going to go to a little more somber note. Our boy Rafael Devers hasn't been looking good these inter-squad games, especially in the field. He has made numerous errors on basic plays and looks like he's just overall slower and has gained a little bit of weight over quarantine. Now, it's nowhere...
He's no Pablo.
He's no Pablo. He's no Pablo. But it's something to just be mildly concerned about, especially because this guy took a huge step last year, top 5 AL MVP.
Yeah.
Where do we go from there? You know, it's like we don't want to take a step back. That's the last thing this team can afford. It's for anybody to take a step back. Because if we want to be realistic playoff contenders, we need everybody to bump up. We can't have anybody be slacking.
I think the people who are going to be key this year are going to be Benintendi.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to take a big step.
Yes.
19, there was a regression.
He had such a great rookie year. And what was it? He was a rookie in 18, correct?
17. Yeah.
And then he had a good 18 year, and then last year, I believe he just posted a 1.5 WAR.
Yeah.
When 2018 he had a 4.5.
Yeah. So he needs to step up big time. Mm-hmm. And I think Verdugo needs to hit more bombs.
JBJ
needs to happen. JBJ needs to become a better contact hitter, and I think he needs to start stealing bases.
JBJ is the Marcus Smart of baseball.
Yeah, that's true.
He is a great defender, but when it comes to 3-point shots and hitting, you're either going to get him shooting or hitting 400, or he's going to shoot or hit 100. There's no in between. There's never an in between. So if we can get him hot right off the bat, that's going to be really, really well for us.
Mm-hmm.
So
definitely.
Next I want to talk about is the news that I posted on the Instagram. Shameless plug. Pesky Pull Podcast on Instagram. Go follow it. We are now hit 250 followers on there, which beautiful. Our boy, what we're really excited about, Collin McHugh is out. He has decided to not play this season, which I've said this about other players around the league. If you decide this year that you do not want to play, 100% just, 100% understandable. We're not going to fault you at all for it. But it just really, really, really hurts. And that's why the new signing of Zack Godly, who, welcome to the team, Zack Godly, really, really, really needs to step up and take over that spot that McHugh has left.
Yeah. So do you think that Godly is going to be used as a starter or as a reliever /
Absolutely.
reliever?
Starter.
Yeah, because I think you have to. I think you have to have him start.
It's got to be Erod when he gets healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Evaldi, Godly,
Weber, Perez.
and Perez. That's got to be your 5.
Yeah.
And maybe you have throw in a little Marcus Walden.
Marcus Walden could be in the bullpen. Jeffrey Springs could also be the long reliever too.
A little bit of Matt Hall.
Well, Matt Hall. Actually, that's what I meant to say. Matt Hall, not. I mean, Jeffrey Springs probably could too, but
yeah, a little bit of Darwinson Hernandez here and there. You know, we love ourselves some Darwinson.
The guy throws straight gas.
A little bit of a scouting report on this guy.
Yeah.
He's been falling off the past couple of years. His sinker has no location to it, from what I've read. His fastball, he throws the fastball straight down the middle of the plate, and people are just hitting fly balls out of it. He's not a ground ball guy. His command's
gone down, and his velocity's gone down. I mean, he never was a person who threw really hard. But when you don't throw hard, and then your velocity goes down, and then your control goes down,
Yes. The one good thing I've seen, though, is his curveball. I've heard nothing but good things about the deuce. So, if he can keep that good, that's good, but at the same time, you can't be a one-pitch. You can't be a one-pitch.
No, especially with a curveball, because it shreds your arm. And you need to find something else that can,
and plus, a curveball's not really a strike pitch. A curveball is more of a fool the guy, get him to bite on something low pitch.
Yeah.
Which, when I was playing baseball, that was always my thing, is I never could hit a curveball. I was terrible at it.
I can never hit, but, I mean, there's just that.
I was always decent at hitting, but I would always be one of those guys to jump on first pitch. Because ain't nobody hitting me with a first pitch curveball. So if I see a first pitch fastball strike, bam, I'm already at first base.
Yeah.
That was my big thing. But enough talking about me. I suck now at baseball. I'm terrible. All right, you take 1 year off of baseball and it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
That's why I'm really hoping some of these guys, aka your Collin McHughes, who else opted out? Who we talked about the other episode that opted out? I can't remember.
Price.
Someone from the Cardinals. Yes, David Price.
Oh yeah. Hicks.
Yeah. Jordan Hicks.
Yeah.
But next, and we've been flying through this. We've only been going for.
I know.
We're about
We only
15
got
minutes in.
16 minutes gone here.
We're about 16 minutes in, and I'm almost out of topics. And I have 2 more things. The next thing is Erod and a couple other of our guys are officially healthy again, which
both of those guys are going to be big.
Huge plus.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to need him back immediately. We're really thankful, first of all, for their health.
Yeah.
Obviously, that you've made a clear recovery from this. I believe it was Erod, Darwinson Hernandez, and Josh Taylor are the 3 that are confirmed that they are virus-free and they are 100% fine.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Because not only for their safety, like I said, but for this team, they're going to get back on working on non-work, and they should be available within the next 2 weeks.
Definitely.
I'm happy with it.
And we need Taylor in the bullpen. I've said it so many times, but we need him in the bullpen for sure.
Yes.
He's a good, amazing lefty.
Any extra arms we can have. That's the thing that I like to say is outfielders, catchers, and pitchers. Can't have enough of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
For sure.
Infielders.
They all kind of play the same position, except like first, third, kind of.
That's why we were talking in a past episode about the possibility of our draft picks, such as a Nick York and a Blaze Jordan. We love the guy.
Jordan. If you wear Air Jordan cleats, I'm going to lose it.
That'd be awesome.
Like spamming the Instagram, Jordan cleats.
Yes, but we were talking about the possibility of them being major leaguers for this year. I think they'll make the 60-man roster. I don't think we'll see them up with the majors anytime because I'm not sure if this is 100% true, but from what I heard is service time up in the MLB is doubled this year.
Okay.
So I don't think we'll see them in the majors, but seeing them
2020. 2021. It's going to happen.
Yes. No, not 2021. 2022.
Maybe Jordan for maybe 1 or 2 games. But not Nick York definitely is going to be like a 2022 guy.
Yes. Those guys, from what I've seen, from what I've done on my scouting reports, those guys have so much potential. We already talked about Blaze Jordan. Nick York is a good fielder. He's just a solid all-around guy from what I've seen. I could be wrong on that, but from what I've seen on scouting reports, solid all-around player.
Solid second baseman is what we need right now.
Yeah. That's especially our weak point, and I'm glad we took him first round and waited till the 3rd round to get Blaze Jordan. Even though Blaze Jordan got that paycheck, he got that paper, Arie.
Yeah.
Wish I could make that paper. Any chance podcasters make that much? Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. By the way, Bobby. Yeah, that was a signing bonus. Wait till they accept him. They're gonna be like, here. They're gonna pull a complete Kansas City Chiefs. Sign this check. It's blank. Do it.
Sir, I have a blank check. Please sign.
I'll give you all my money.
Well, actually, I want to talk about that really quick. With that introduction of being a $500 million athlete by Patrick Mahomes, what's stopping players? Obviously, now we're in kind of an economic crisis, so not many teams have a ton of money flowing in. But what's to say at the end of 2021, at the end of 2022, players are going up to their general managers and be like, I need a blank check. I need a 10-year. I need you to write down 10 years, and I need you to give me a blank check, and I need to write down whatever number I feel happy with. What's stopping them?
I think what's stopping that. Well, first of all, we all can agree here that Patrick Mahomes is an amazing quarterback. Probably one of the best in the game now.
The best in the league.
The best, yes. What that does is that will handcuff a team.
Yes, absolutely.
Which could potentially be bad. So I can see how, GMs could be like, I don't know, man. But yeah, we like your enthusiasm, and you want to get paid, but also we can't. Like some of these small market teams, Can't do that.
They're screwed.
Yeah.
But if you're the Yankees and you can sit here and make it rain like you're in a certain place I will not name, you can afford to give these guys, you can afford to say, hey, we got so many guys on the roster, we got to pay Judge, we're already paying Stanton. Garrett Cole, come here, we got enough money for you.
Garrett Cole's already, he's not going anywhere. I believe that's what's going to happen with Aaron Judge. Blank check. Here you go. Sign it.
True or false, Aaron Judge will be making over $400 million in a 10-year contract.
In a 10-year contract? Oh, true. Yes, true.
I think he'll make it. Yes. Do I think he's worth it? No.
No. Yeah.
There are two guys in the league right now that I feel are $400 million guys. And you know who those two guys are.
Martin Perez. And Collin McHugh.
$6 million is already $5 million too many. Okay? Just so we're
That's already $6 million too many, bro.
He deserves to be paid. He is a professional athlete. He deserves to be paid. Which is just $5 million overpaid, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But the two guys are Mike Trout, Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
Two guys.
Yeah.
Guys that can possibly, once they get farther down in their career, Acuna, Tatis, Vlad. Those are three that just come off the top of the dome. Are there any I'm forgetting? Pete Alonso.
Yep.
Potentially. Those are four guys that can potentially make it down the road. But as of right now, as of July 21st, 2020, there are two guys that serve $400 million. Trout, Betts.
It's fair. I got one question for you. Do you have something else? Or
we got to talk about the Blue Jays, but that'll be quick.
Yeah.
So whatever you got to say it. Speak now, forever hold your peace.
All right. What are the chances? What do you think of the chances that Bobby Dalbec is going to be playing? Bobby Dalbec is going to play.
No, that's an inside joke. No one else gets that.
I'm sorry. The bringer, not the bringer of rain, the bringer of hail.
Yes.
We're going to call him the bringer of hail. What do you think? Do you think he's going to get called up this year? If so, when? I know it's a short season, so.
I think the only chance is he gets called up. Because basically what's going on is you have your 60-man. And anybody who was not on the 30-man to start the season, those 30 are just kind of in a unofficial minor leagues where they're still practicing all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So the chances that he gets called up, especially with service time being doubled, I think the only chance is maybe if there's an injury, a.k.a. a Mitch Moreland goes down, and we need a backup first base. You know, that's the only.
So you would say that. I totally agree. So would you say that he's making the 2021 roster as the first baseman?
2021 roster.
If we don't sign any first basemen, because I don't think we need to.
Moreland's
Moreland's going to walk. We don't need to pay Moreland again. Moreland,
and honestly,
nothing against him. He's great.
Love the guy.
I love him too. He's a great hitter. Great guy.
There's a point where he's going to be 36 next year.
Yeah.
And we gotta cut ties.
And also, Chavis is the guy for first base. I believe very strongly. You don't get anybody else. You build
100%.
that. You have him there. Bring Bobby up, and then have him. Shadow him a little bit.
In my opinion, you build up, and these are the guys you build around.
Yeah.
Sale, Vasquez, Chavis, Devers, Bogarts, Benintendi, JBJ maybe, Doogie.
Yeah.
What's stopping you from rolling that lineup out for the next 5 years?
Yeah.
It's besides Sale, it's a good and Vasquez. It's a good young core that you can build around that's going to do nothing but get better. Chris Sale can regress a little bit because he's approaching his 30s, which is understandable. You can get another guy to come in there and be a starting pitcher.
Maybe Eddie steps up. Maybe Eddie becomes a phenomenal pitcher.
Vasquez, same thing. Once you hit 5 years down the line, maybe if somebody like Plawecki, I can never say his last name. Maybe one of those guys takes a jump. Maybe you run a two-catcher tandem. But other than that, everyone else is young, is hungry, and is passionate to win again.
Yeah, definitely.
I love this team. There's really nothing.
A lot of really good players for the future. 2020, the season, not super. I'm enthusiastic. I'm not super hopeful If Sale was here, I would be way more hyped.
Yes.
I mean, not that I'm not hyped. I am. Just
But I
Not
hate
as
the
much.
fact that people say the Rays are so much more talented team than the Red Sox. No. Especially last year and this year, the Red Sox have more talent than the Rays. The Rays use their talent smarter.
that's what it comes
That's
down
the
to.
way it works.
And if you have someone like Bloom coming in and like building the Rays and having them become, like you said, a better usage of talent, coming to
Yes.
the Red Sox where we have better talent, better overall talent, I should say.
Well, it's not necessarily using your talent better, which in that case, Cora really did mess up the pitching rotations last year.
Yeah.
My thing is more playing the game smarter. You know,
Yeah.
establishing a hit and run kind of a little bit more,
Yeah.
using sacrifice bunts, not being afraid to tell a guy, hey, you're not going for an average today. You're bunting to get that guy to second.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you're Rafael Devers. If we're down one in the bottom of the sixth inning, that guy's got to get second base with only one out. You do it.
Yeah.
You know, he just kind of let guys roam free a little more. Which
I'd
if
like
we
to
used
see.
that, we've
No, go
been
ahead.
so much better last year. So much better.
Yeah. No, I think so too, because the people who carried the offense were Xander, Raffy,
Mhm.
and JD.
Yes.
But I would love to see someone emerge from this team who could become the next Jacoby Ellsbury, who steals bases like there's no tomorrow.
I can't believe you
I'd
said
love
his
that.
name. You hated him.
I don't like the guy, like hit the player, but
Mhm.
if so, I just wish I don't think Benny's got the speed.
No.
Maybe.
Oh, speaking of, that's the one thing I forgot to talk about. Thank
Oh.
you for that good transition. Is Andrew Benintendi will be the leadoff guy for the for the team. The two guys that are going to be kind of backups for the days he doesn't are Jose Peraza
Yep.
and our boy.
Polar.
Why, thank you. Those are going to be our three main lineup guys.
Yeah.
And we actually rambled quite a bit. We're at about 27 minutes now. But really quick, what's stopping us? Do you kind of entertain the idea with nobody being a real speed demon on this roster?
Yeah.
Andrew Benintendi, Pilar, and Peraza are all good contact guys and could get on base, but there's no speed there. What's stopping us from pulling out Xander and Devers and JD, that being our top three, and then having our more speed-oriented contact guys, have the back half of your order be like 7, 8, 9, be JBJ, Pilar, Sash Peraza, Benintendi, have Benintendi bat ninth, which sounds bad, but get him on base. So then, right at the start, you're having Devers, Bogarts, JD. I want to entertain that fact.
I am kind of old school in how you build a lineup. I think you should have your contact and speed number 1, and maybe number 2.
Yes.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Power.
Those guys, power. 7, your worst hitter. 8,
8, 9 contact.
8, 9 contact. Because, like we said, Benny, maybe you have Peraza bat 9. Because, like we've said, Peraza can hit for contact. What if you have him down lineup? Then you have 2 leadoff hitters, like bookending that lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you do that.
Especially with the fact with no starting pitchers being in the lineup and just having a full DH, it really expands what you can do. But with that being said, we have one more thing real quick. I almost forgot. Toronto Blue Jays will not be in Canada, and potentially Buffalo, from what I heard.
Oh, I didn't know about Buffalo, but I knew that
that's the main spot where they might go is Buffalo, which
Buffalo Blue Jays. Oh, okay. I mean, it kind of
the
works.
Buffalo Blue. It's a little bit of an alliteration. I like it.
It works. I'll roll with it.
Yeah. Obviously, they're going back to Toronto come 21 season, but Canada is just refusing to have any MLB players come in and possibly spread this, which understandable.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. But with that being said, let's get into our favorite part of the episode, which we have 2 of today, apparently. I have no idea what they are, but
2 parts. It's going to be crazy.
To Arie's take. Arie, welcome the people.
Hello. Let's get into it. Sorry,
that was the most Ryan Reynolds thing I've ever seen you do.
Hi, how are you?
What, you're still here?
You're still here?
The movie's over. You thought it'd come out in a little red number? Go. I'm hoping at least somebody's around to still listen to that.
Oh man!
I know
All
I'm going
right.
to be listening to that at work, and I'm going to be dying. All right, get into
man.
it.
All right. Part 1. Did you know Rolly Fingers first grew his iconic handlebar mustache because A's owner Charlie Finley offered his players cash for growing a mustache
Ooh.
by Father's Day as part of a stunt. Fingers got a $300 bonus for growing the mustache as well as a $100 jar of mustache wax. All
Okay,
that being said,
so the people that don't know, Arie has always been the guy that's been more into facial hair than me. Arie's tried numerous times to have facial hair. I cannot grow facial hair because it looks bad. Sometimes I'm lazy and don't shave, but I don't grow it. I don't grow it out. Arie does sometimes. He's tried.
I've tried.
He's tried.
I'm
Yes.
still trying. But
Yeah. But
thought it was-
I go more of a clean shaven look. I think it looks better, especially with the hairstyle I do.
I was like, okay, all that's cool, but the $100 jar of mustache wax. What the heck?
I find that amazing. $100, especially at a time where, obviously things weren't worth as much as they are now. $100. That means that's top of the line. That's nuts.
Yeah.
All right. Numero dos.
How do I say this?
I need something controversial.
Not controversial. I just
so.
want to know what you think. Do you think if David Ortiz was on the 2020 team, this is saying a lot, okay, this is a lot of ifs. If he was, do you think he'd be hitting more home runs? Not because of his age, but because of all the juice balls? Or would he be hitting the same level?
I think, obviously, at some point, Father Time catches up to somebody. And if you were to have this day and age, let's just say he played last year, he's played consistently, he never retired. And he's been playing consistently. At this point, you couldn't play him in the field. He'd be too slow.
No, he would only be a DH.
He would be a DH, which means you'd have to move JD Martinez to left field, which means you have to move one of your outfielders to the bench. So, there's...
Yeah, true.
There's some... Well, actually, what's the problem with entertaining an idea of, if Poppy was here, having Poppy be DH, moving JD to first base, and then benching Moreland?
And
possibility behind that.
Then we could, that saves us $12 million.
Yes.
For Moreland.
But with that, I don't think, because Father Time would catch up to everybody.
Yeah.
David Ortiz did not walk to the finish line like some people do. Tom Brady will end up walking to the finish line. He's going to play till he sucks. And I think he's going to take a hard decline this year. Mainly because of the coaching system that he's placed with, but that's a whole different story. People walk to the finish line. They don't run to it. Right? David Ortiz sprinted past that finish line. And that's saying something because he's slow as hell. Right? He sprinted there.
He booked it.
Yes. But
yeah,
he'd eventually slow down at some point or another. And saying that, I don't think he'd hit nearly as many as he did, especially even with 6-game season. Obviously, he'd only be hitting like a third of the home runs. But at the same time, the last year of his career was one of the best.
Oh, by far. And that's why I was wondering. I was like, if he played currently, like if he played like, not currently, not like 2020, but if he played like 2018, 2019, would he be hitting the same amount of home runs? Would he? Because I know he kind of got a little bit better towards the end of his career, power-wise.
Which is weird.
Which
that
is
doesn't
really
happen.
And then he's like, all right, I'm done. And it's like, okay, he had already, announced that before the 2016 season.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm with you there on that one. I don't think he'd be able to. I think the age part would be an issue. But like if he was even a year younger, might have been able to. Been able to. I don't know.
Okay. So that being said, anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
I am psyched for the game tonight.
I am. Is it tonight or tomorrow? I know we're going to talk
tonight.
It's tonight.
21st.
All right,
and
so I'm going to be.
The majority of the starters are going to be playing tonight.
Let's go. So. Use everybody like one an inning. Get them some. Get them some reps against some other players. But with that being said, I'm going to be on this bed watching on this TV. Hopefully, kicked back, relaxed. I have no work tonight. I'm going to spend the entire night watching some Red Sox baseball, Arie.
Let's do it.
The first time I'm going to say that in 9 months. All right, it's like I just went through a full-term pregnancy. Let's go. We are through it. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. We seriously, seriously appreciate every single one of you who stick with your two favorite idiots, just talking about the sport they love. With that being said, roll that out your music. We love you guys. We'll see you guys next time.